Feels great. You know, we've been doing this for about 5 years now, off and on with the pandemic and the strike and all of that, and so to finally get to celebrate it in New York it feels right. When you get into season 3 territory, people have so much more, such a closer relationship with the characters, and so it allows us to spice things up a little bit and subvert and pull the rug out and surprise. So I think it's gonna be really fun for everybody. I love it. I'm such a history buff. My dad is so happy. It's the only thing that he would want to watch. You know, we would watch History Channel growing up, so it makes it very easy. The costumes get a little tight in the dead of summer, but for the most part, they take pretty good care of us, so there's nothing too much to complain about.
I love it. I mean, I live in London, so this is like a holiday, dipping my toe back in New York. It's like when catch up with old friends, and I love it. I'm excited. Period dramas, you always have one extra layer of clothing, which when you're filming in New York in the middle of summer, it's one layer too many. Like, you don't necessarily need the waistcoat, but I love it, but they're beautiful, and so it's part of the joy of the show, so I don't resent it wholeheartedly. He starts the season in quite a low place. He's in an inner circle of hell, living with his mother back at home without money, with his aunt joining the Temperance League, so he's kind of trying to claw out of the pit to regain his mojo. It's fun. I mean, it's quite a roller coaster this season. There's a lot of ups and downs. Mainly downs for Oscar, but there's some hilly terrain. There's a few ups.
It's incredible, right? We've never had a premiere before. We had COVID and all different things, and so we're finally getting our premiere, and what a more wonderful, splashy way to do it than at Tribeca. I think that's the thing about Julian Fellowes' writing. The world that he creates is so varied and interesting and gripping, and that every part is a great part. And when you're shooting in New York, you can have the best that Broadway has to offer. So the combo of those things, being in New York and having Julian and Sonia Warfield as our writers creating these delicious characters that who wouldn't want to play them? The corsets come to mind right away. The corsets are, I think, number one, and depending on the season, it can get very hot in your gloves and your hat and all your layers and your crinolines. But American actors, we don't get to do that much period drama, and we particularly don't get to do it on film. Maybe we get to, do a Doll's House or, a Chekhov, but getting to do it on film is fantastic. There are a lot of wonderful twists and turns. I mean, I think, last season my character fell in love and got married to the man of her dreams. Events that she never thought she would live to see, and then he was taken from her, he died, and then amazingly he turned out to be a very wealthy man, which she hadn't known. And so when we ended the last season, she had saved the house, the servants weren't having to be fired, the house wasn't having to be sold, but all of a sudden now she was the lady of the manor. So certainly we start her out there with her and her sister. The pecking order has changed, but Agnes, is played by Christine Baranski, isn't going down easily. She's kicking all the way.
Just to be in New York on this show with Titanic New York theater actors is such an honor. It's a dream to be with so many names who have graced the stage and won Tonys and been on marquee billboards and all the rest. So it's I feel super lucky to be a part of it.
My character is the mean one. And she just gets meaner, is what I could say. She's, I think there is some, even though she doesn't show it, our young boy leaving the season, going off to get married. I think even though she's given him a hard time, I think she's gonna miss him. I'm a history buff, I love history. When we walked into our kitchen the first day, it was so beautiful. You opened a drawer, every drawer had all the utensils, all the antiques. I love antiques. I just love this period too, but I also love this show Julian has given these women. These are strong women for that period, and I love that we get to make these women that way in this wonderful historical drama. I love it.
Oh my gosh, it's the perfect place to do this. We've been waiting 6 years to have a premiere, and so I'm just excited that we finally made it. I just feel like we finally get to see Peggy get all of the wins that she deserves after all of her hard work the last 2 seasons. We get to see her really blossom into the woman that she deserves to be. It's a masterclass, really. Like, I feel like it's like the theater company of my dreams, you know? It just feels like camp, and you don't really have to have it's not like a very hierarchical environment. You feel supported. It's really like this, 90 degrees in a wool costume with a corset, and you're just like trying not to melt. So that is a part of the challenge, but a worthy one.
I love what I hate. I love the costumes. I love being in that world. I love finding the humanity of these people from another time, especially as a woman. The limitations that were placed on women at that time, both physically. I mean, the dresses it's a long day, really feels like a really long day, you know, but at the same time, it just immediately takes you to that sense of character and the restrictions, both physically, emotionally, societally, that women dealt with. So I love all of that. And it's also, you know, it's a challenge.
I'm so excited to be here, be a part of this incredible festival and bring our show for the 3rd season. It's so special. I'm so grateful. The costumes are definitely difficult to maneuver, but they look fantastic. So I'm sure you've heard that a million times, but you know, I hit people with my bustle all the time. The crew is always like, I think she's realizing that she has opportunities in the world to move up, and as Adelheid always has, she wants to take advantage of any opportunity to move up in her career, and she's excited about what's to come.
It's the best job ever.
Yeah, it's a dream come true. Everyone is such a generous, sweet, there's a lot of camaraderie. Yeah. It's very fun.
So exciting. We haven't done any big premieres over the 3 seasons, so this feels like a celebration of 3 or 4 years in the making. So it's amazing to have everyone together, and everyone looks incredible. I'm so blown away. I mean, I learned so much from all of them. Seeing Morgan here now, I'm so amazed and blessed to be in this production with everyone.
Tribeca is Tribeca. It's a legend. I'm happy to be here, and also to be here with the Gilded Age. You know, I'm such a fan of the show before I even got on the show, so get ready for season 3. I play Athena Trumbo. She is the cousin to Dorothy's character, and Peggy comes to stay with me, and we get into some fun adventures. There are no words. Like, these are Broadway legends. These are legends from the stage to TV, and coming from theater, it is an honor to be a part of this cast.
It's my first time, so I'm just taking it all in, trying to be super present and enjoy the night. Everyone looks so beautiful. It's amazing. It's really amazing. I play Dr. William Kirkland. He's a new character in the show. Comes from a very elite family, perhaps the most elite family in Newport, Rhode Island, in the Kirklands. My father's the community pastor, and my mom is, for lack of a better comparison, like the black Mrs. Astor of the community. So she's the tops of the tops. Everything goes through her socially and everything. And yeah, I provide my doctoral services to anyone who needs them, anyone, regardless of their skin color. There's nothing I don't love. I do a lot of period pieces on stage, so I felt very comfortable. And what I love most about this particular show is being in those historical buildings. Any place that has history that you can feel and you can feed off of, it only helps add to the authenticity of the experience, yeah.
It's very exciting, actually, to be part of the Tribeca Festival. So I'm really pleased, because this is our first big opening, you know, because of the illness and all the rest of it. We never had a big opening for any of the series until now, so it's rather good. They are a fantastic cast. I mean, more and more, I can say this because I write the script. I think it's the cast that matters. And, you know, who you get for the cast really is so much to do with whether or not the show is a hit. So I'm absolutely thrilled. I think I am pretty committed to getting it right, and things like the fact that the Brooklyn Bridge was designed by a woman, it's true. and people don't know that. And I think one of the good parts of making these shows is letting people hear a little about the history of their own town, their own place where they live, the people who are like them, and letting them know things they didn't know before. I mean, I hope they all sit down in front of Wikipedia and look it up, but I don't know that too many of them do that. But even if they don't, they have an idea about it that they didn't have before, and that's part of the reward for me.
It's so great because it's like a quintessential New York City series, and to be able to premiere at Tribeca just feels like iconic and so aligned with the whole point of the show, so it's really exciting. The landscape is so rich and every character has so much going on, and so there's like just a lot of juice and there's a lot of drama and sumptuousness. I think it's going to really deliver this season.
Oh, it's a dream. It's a dream. It's like a master class in acting on camera, you know, and technique, and everybody has a different way of going about the work, which is beautiful. I feel like I have, you know, so much to pull from all of them. They're amazing. I think you see Marion grow into her strength. You see more of her vulnerabilities, her fears, her insecurities, and you understand where those come from, you know, based off of past seasons, but you also hear more from her experience and what she's fighting against and what she's trying to achieve and what she's trying to avoid. And so, yeah, I think you see more colors of her in general.
It's very exciting. Third season, here we come. And I get to come on board on the third season, so my character comes alive in this season. So, very excited. Can't say too much except that she's head of the New York Heritage Society, and so history of New York creeps in the third season.
It's like a theater kid's dream. It was like working with a new idol every time I was on set. It was a real treat. Loved the costumes. I can't even say I hated how hot they were, but they were very warm, but still, you can't complain.
It feels amazing because I'm sure, as other people have said, we've never had one of these. We had COVID, we had the strike, so we've been doing the show for basically since 2020, 5 years, and we've never had a premiere. We've had like low-key parties for ourselves, but this really, it feels like everybody's here, whole cast and crew get to celebrate, so it's great. It's really exciting. There's some things that are sort of consistent across the seasons because these characters, they are who they are on a deep level, right? And so both George and Bertha have this world-bestriding ambition, right? They both want to be the greatest, and they want to be remembered long after they're gone as someone who did the most important things in their time. And that's where George is going, but Bertha's going in a different direction. So I think the two of them, they're both, I think their tracks have been kind of parallel, and this season we start to see them slightly diverge. So it's a complicated season. It's great. You know, he's not here as much as we'd wish, but I have loved the time that I have gotten to talk to him. I've had lunch with him. I've had the pleasure of just sort of sitting and eating a meal with him. And he's just he has such a wonderful sense of humor. He's such a brilliant, educated man. So I have just enjoyed the time that I've gotten to have with him. But the way that I've really come to know Julian is through his writing, and through the way that his writing just connects to an audience. Like, it pulls in all types of different people. People who are like, I don't know. When I started this show, I thought, okay, I think I have a good understanding of who the target audience of a Julian Fellows show about the 19th century upper class is. And I was completely wrong. Like, the audience for a Julian Fellows show is like everybody in the world. Like, he has an amazing sense of how to bring in any viewer who might want a different kind of thing. So I don't know. I have gained enormous respect for him as a writer over the course of being part of the show.
I feel like in the second season of Gilded Age, we really hit our stride and sort of found the tone. And it's fun. I mean, the fact of the matter is, it's a fun show. There are serious things at stake, but you want to be able to hiss the bad guy and cheer for the good guy, and that's what you can do. I love that the clothes do so much of the work for you, and I hate that they're so stiff and hot, and you're out there. In the first scene of this season, we're shooting something that's supposed to be in the Arizona desert. And we're out, and it is hot. It's hot. And wearing starched collars, and wool and all of that. So, but the ladies have it much, much worse than we do. I shouldn't complain.
I think I've loved it all, but that sounds like PR, and it really isn't. I've really just enjoyed it. It's all been so well organized, and we've been well looked after, and I've just enjoyed doing what I am. You know, I'm Bannister. I stop people from falling downstairs. That's my line.
Bridget is very much sort of coming into her own and trying to figure out how she feels about Jack. A hilarious story was that one of my first days on set, I was like, oh my God, how do I go to the bathroom in this dress? And Deborah Monk, who plays Armstrong, was like, come to the bathroom with me. I'll teach you how to like lift up your skirt so that it's, you know, clean and easy. And I'm forever grateful. So
I can't believe we get to have a big party. We don't always get to do this. And I love seeing everyone dressed up in contemporary clothing. It's nice. It's family. It's exactly right. It's family. It's theater nerd camp. Great stories. We love the days where we all get to work together. Those are the most fun days. And it's exactly what anybody thinks it is. It really is just like nerdy theater camp kids. We love being there. I love that we've dispensed with any of the exposition. And I love who we've added this season. I mean, part of the fun of this year is the people that have joined us. You know, Felicia Rashad, and then of course Merritt Weaver's playing my sister, and that was so much fun. And them having to sort of learn, watching people learn like what the narrow channel is that the show actually is that you have to walk is always fun. So it's been great fun this year. I can wear the corset, you get used to the corset. But after hour 16 in like a 3 or 4 inch heel, I can't take it anymore. And then also there's also a kind of panic attack that sets in for your wig at about hour 17. We're just like, I have to take this off or someone's gonna die. So that's hard. But I build up a lot of stamina.
We're finally having a premiere. We couldn't have one because of COVID, and we just, you know, missed the boat with premieres, but we're going to have one big party tonight. After the second season, I lost all my money. And then at the very end of the series, it seems my sister inherited a great deal of money. So this season is about the adjustment in the household, and Agnes is no longer the boss of the household. So it's really fun. It's wonderful to see the shift in power, and Agnes having to, you know, take the secondary position. It doesn't suit well. It doesn't, you know, she's not happy about it, but it makes for great comedy. Really, it does. We have the temperance movement, and we have the women's movement, and we have the robber barons being corrupt and building railroads. The show is jam-packed with plot lines, with great characters, and you know, old money and new money. So it's an embarrassment of riches. It's like being in a theater repertory company. It's the best. It's all the great theater actors and musical theater actors. I mean, we have Kelly O'Hara, and we have Donna Murphy, and we have Audra McDonald, and we have great dramatic actors, and then we have all these beautiful young actors who are beginning their careers, and then we have veterans like Cynthia and I, and it's great fun. It's you know, it couldn't be a happier company. I don't know why women did it to themselves, but these corsets are really a challenge. By your 12th or 14th hour in a corset. We only loosen the corset at lunch. You can take it off at lunch for maybe a half an hour. So that's challenging, but I welcome that because I think it's great. I always want to do a period piece on film because I've done so much theater, and I've done period work in theater, but never on film. So I love this.